What is happening, guys? Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Fresh Hope for Better You podcast. As always, I am your host, Oliver Goulet, and I am truly grateful for this amazing day that the Lord and universe has bestowed upon us. I just want to say thank you for tuning in to last week's episode. It was a great one. Really enjoyed sharing my stories and what's helped me out throughout my life as I do every single week. And I just want to remind you guys, the goal of this podcast is to hopefully inspire and help you guys develop, skills and things from sharing my stories on what's helped me get to where I am at in my life today. And I really hope that you guys take the information and apply it to your lives, because I want to see this world become a better place. And it doesn't matter how much information and education I put out there. It doesn't do anything if you guys don't apply it. The saying is knowledge is power, but it is actually only applied knowledge is power, because you could know everything in the world, but if you don't apply it, it means nothing. So as we dive into today's topic, I want to remind you guys is I'm never going to run ads or anything on this show, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you share it with a friend. If I inspire you, I educate you, or you find something useful, I make you laugh, just share the show with a friend. I want to continue to do this week to week. I take a couple hours on my week planning it and to record the podcast. So, just give back to me and help share this podcast, share my social media. And any other way you can also help continue to, share my story with others, because you never know. You could be that missing link that could help change someone's life. So that's all I have to say there. Today's topic is about role models, idols, and people we look up to. There's a lot of people that when they were growing up, they really didn't have the best role models and people to look up to. And which is why one thing that's very beneficial is, we have access to the internet. We have access to all these, big name people that we follow on social media and we look up, we aspire to be like. So a lot of times when you're growing up, you really don't have those role models and stuff. But as you get older, you start to realize, I like this person, I like what they do, and I want what they have. So it definitely helps out with, being able to, try to achieve things in life. And this past weekend, I went down to St. Louis for an Arete live event. Arete is an entrepreneurship event in the entrepreneurship group that I'm a part of. It's something that I wanted to join ever since I first heard about it about 3 years ago. I ended up actually putting it on my vision board last year for 2022 for things I want to achieve. And I put it on there and it was, shot in the dark, because I really just, I had that imposter syndrome. Like, I know I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm so far, I'm not very far into my journey. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to compete with these guys, or there's all these, big name people in this group that I truly don't think I can compete with. And I decided to put it on my vision board because I was like, dude, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And I was at a very lonely point during my entrepreneurship journey where it was like, fuck, man, I quit hanging out with all these people I used to spend a lot of time with, because we're just going down different paths. Nothing against them. I love them all the same, but we're just going two different directions in our life. And I was like, I need to become a part of something bigger than myself. I'd already been a part of First Form and the 75 Hard community. So I had that part of it, but now it was like, instead of being a part of a community that's trying to change the world through fitness and nutrition, I want to change the world through building businesses and building people and stuff of that nature. And Arete Syndicate is what that is all about. And it is basically the financial side of, First Form. It's, the people that want to make millions of dollars, but also help change the world. And First Form's of people that just truly want to help change the world one person at a time through fitness and nutrition. So when I decided to put that on my vision board, I was really doubting. I was like, man, I want to be a part of this, but $5,000 a year, I could put that $5,000 towards my business. But after I went to the Nashville event, that Arete Live event in Nashville in November, after going there and just, having conversations with all these people and other entrepreneurs in Arete, I was like, you know what? I think I need to join. And I decided that, on my way home, I had a 7-hour drive home from Nashville. And I was like, yeah, I'm signing up. As soon as enrollment opens up, I'm signing up. And what did I do that night? I signed up. I was like, man, that's a lot of money, but I know it's going to be worth it. I just had that deep down feeling, and I've never looked back. In the first couple of months, I get on the calls and I take information, apply it, and it helped me grow. But Andy and I'd always talk about how the actual value in Arete is in the community of people in the Facebook group, getting involved, getting on calls with all these other entrepreneurs that are, not necessarily in the industries that I'm working in where my business operate, but I can take a lot of the information that they give out and apply it to my industry. So it's not just like I need to associate and look at different like things in the cannabis industry. I can take little pieces of, knowledge and education and things that they implement into their business and apply it to my business, and that has helped out a substantial amount. So I really started to dive deep and get involved in the Facebook group and networking, getting on Zoom calls, getting to know all these people. So this past weekend when I was in Nashville or in St. Louis, it was a great opportunity for me to be able to meet all these amazing people I'd been getting on Zooms and talking to and masterminding over the past few months. And it was just honestly an amazing experience to be able to see all these people and meet them all in person. And it is a phenomenal group of people, and I do highly recommend it. So if you are an entrepreneur like myself and you are kind of lonely, because the path of entrepreneurship does get very lonely, especially when you're in the middle like I was before I joined Arete, and I found my people. Arete is my community. I would definitely recommend you joining a group like Arete. Enrollment is now open. If you guys have any questions or concerns about Arete, feel free to message me through my social media, and I'd love to answer any questions you may have. Or you can go to my link tree, sign up for a 30-minute just one-on-one chat with me. We can talk about whatever you want to know about me or Arete or anything I've been through. So that is in my link tree through all my social media platforms. So basically, I want to talk about a lot of different things today. So the Arete live event in Nashville, when I was first going, I wanted to go super bad when they announced it because I just put it on my vision board to join Arete. Then they announced that they're doing a live event, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to get to know more about Arete because I'd heard a lot of good things, but I really had to realize it and see it for myself, what type of people I'd be associating with, and if, it was going to be the right fit for me. And so I tried to ask a few friends if they wanted to go down to Nashville, like, hey, man, you want to go to Nashville to this Arete event? It's going to be amazing. Go down there, hang out, meet all these entrepreneurs, and no one wanted to go. And since a couple years prior, I decided that I was not going to wait around for anyone to live my life, that I was like, you know what, I guess I'm making another solo trip, which it doesn't bother me at all anymore, to be honest. Like, I'm actually very comfortable going by myself because I'm simply not going to wait around for anyone to live my life. So if you're someone that struggles with that, waiting around for other people to live your life, don't do it. Just go. Honestly, just book that flight. Do whatever you got to do. Don't wait around for anyone to live your life because you're going to miss opportunities. And you want to take advantage of all the opportunities you possibly can to grow within yourself, your business, and just to grow as a person. And so don't wait around. Don't wait for anyone. Just, take that risk. Take that opportunity and just run with it. And I've done that for the past 3 years of my life now, and I've never looked back. And I've met some amazing people, because when you go somewhere by yourself, you don't really have an option. You kind of have to start talking to people and making friends, which is awesome, because you're only going to be as good as the people you associate with. So if I want to continue to level up in life and continue to move my way down my journey, I have to continue to grow and meet awesome people like I have through Arete. And it was amazing, just being able to meet and network with all these people, because I'm forced to get out of my comfort zone. I'm forced to, have conversations with strangers. It doesn't matter where they're at in their journey. They're always willing to talk to you. That's the awesome thing about Arete. And that's one thing I've learned, is that yes, everyone is at different levels to the game of life and entrepreneurship, but the people that are at the higher levels, if you do them right and you're trying to help, and they can tell what kind of, mindset you have and where you're at with your business and stuff. If you're a go-getter, they understand that. They can see right through the bullshit. They can tell if you're lying or capping about anything. They want to help young, eager, hungry entrepreneurs that are, where they once were, and they're always trying to help out. So that's been a super big plus for me, is just being able to talk with all these guys that are way, way above me, and just, they're making millions of dollars right now, and they're just, spitting all this information and stuff to me, trying to help me out in any way they possibly can, which has been a phenomenal experience. One thing that I realized after the Nashville event is that I was just like all those people. Yes, there's different people at different points in their entrepreneurship journey, but I am the same, and I'm actually more disciplined than most of them, because unlike at First Form, where everyone's really fit, healthy, hold themselves to a super high standard, Arete is a little different. I'd say about 50-50. 50% of people are really dialed in with their fitness, nutrition, discipline, and 50% aren't. And that's where I see, some holes in the ship that I'm hopefully going to be able to help fill and make the Arete community better by, helping people with their nutrition, their fitness, and, self-development and stuff like that. And that's something that Andy actually talks about is he wishes more people in Arete were more physically fit, more disciplined with their, fitness, nutrition, and just overall themselves. But since it's not people that are working with Andy and around other like-minded individuals every single day at First Form, it's not the same standards. And that's something that he looks at and wishes that was higher. So I'm going to take that upon myself to actually try to elevate more people in Arete and help them out their fitness and nutrition, because I want this group to grow crazy and, be able to, change the world. Arete is excellence. That's simply what it means. The short version is it is excellence. And that is what I want to hold myself to for a standard. And I know that's what a lot of other people in Arete hold themselves to, but there's some people just a little bit behind, and that's where I'm going to come in and help pick that up. So going back to this past weekend with me being in St. Louis, I had the opportunity to go to headquarters to work out with one of my coaches, Connor Bryant, which is an amazing dude. I love that guy to death. He helps hold me accountable in every other area. Just like all of you guys that I currently coach, I have a coach myself, and he is my coach through First Form. So I had the opportunity to go get a nice workout in at headquarters. Every other time I've worked out at headquarters has been at Summer Smash, and it's a super busy gym. There's 1,000 people in the gym, so it's hard to get a great workout in. But with only being 4 people in the gym, I was able to get an incredible workout in with Connor. We killed shoulders, and there was actually this one dude who means a lot to me and has helped me change my life working out in there. And I saw him, Andy Frisella, and I was like, damn, he's working out right there. All he got to do is go say what's up. And then it clicked in my head. I heard him on a podcast talk multiple times, is how he listens to music, but he actually doesn't. He just puts headphones in so no one approaches him, which makes sense because you're a busy person like that. You're very valuable man. Everyone wants, a piece of your time and always want to talk to him. And I remember that, and I was like, fuck, dude, I cannot just go approach him. Yeah, that's the last thing I'm going to do right now is, go approach him mid-workout. And also, we were going through, crushed our workout. It's towards the end. And we started putting our stuff away. And I saw him starting to walk towards us. And I was like, I wonder if he's coming over here. And I was wearing an Arete shirt and stuff like that. And there was another group of Arete people just doing a tour of First Form. But since I'm a Legionnaire, I had the opportunity to actually work out there, which no other Arete members really get that opportunity. So it's, it's a good feeling. I had a lot of people ask me, like, how'd you have that stuff? Like, how are you able to work out headquarters? And I was like, well, you be a part of something for over 3 years, you earn your spot, and you get to do cool stuff like that. And so Andy was walking over. He ends up approaching me. He approached me, stuck his hand out, shook my hand. We started talking, chatting him up, and he recognized my 75 heart tattoo I got in my sleeve, and he remembered that post because it actually made his day. And that man's helped me make my life. He's helped me become the man I am today, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys right now. So it was a great feeling having him approach me and talking to him, and something that, like, even though the first couple times I met him, it was just short, brief, like introducing me, thanking him, like quick few words. I realized that, we put all these, big name people that we look up to on pedestals. We think they got something that we don't. And after having a 5 to 10 minute conversation with him, I really realized that, this man is no different than I. He's just put the work in. He's put it in for a number of years. I am 25. He is 42. That's 17 years. 17 years is a long freaking time. So if I've looked back at the past 5 years of my life and how much I've grown, and then, put that in comparison of, 17 more years, I can be where he's at. I just had to, stay disciplined, stay working hard, and continue to run the game plan that he's teaching me. And he wants us to be successful. And a big takeaway I had was during a conversation, he's like, yeah, man, I've read your posts. I've looked at all your stuff. And, you really do hold the standard, man. And when I heard him say that, I was like, man, that felt really fucking good, because I bust my ass every fucking day. I work my ass off. I'm not perfect by any means, but every time I show up for myself. I show up for the people around me, to be a leader, to set the standard, because I want to elevate people. And that's something he said too. And because I talked to him about, the loneliness of having to leave people behind, and me starting to notice like people around me starting to elevate and really pick themselves up and work hard and, become better versions of themselves. And he's like, yeah, that's because you hold the line, dude. You hold the standard, and people will either get left behind or they will rise to your standards. And it really put that into perspective. Like, yeah, everyone around me has really elevated. I do pick people up because I simply, they either have an option to get left behind or they come with me. And that's something a lot of people struggle with during their entrepreneurship journey is they want to continue to grow, but yet they have all this baggage and people that are dragging them and holding them back. And you just got to set yourself free from that. You got to go down your path. Not everyone's going to take your path. And some people are, they're happy, they're comfortable where they're at. So be it. Let them do them. You do you. You stay on that path. You keep going. It's only up to you. No one else is going to, drag you along that path. Like the saying is, you can only lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink. But actually, a better saying is I found out or heard through one of the other Arete members is you can hold the door open for someone. You can't make them walk through it. And that is so true. You can only hold the door open. You can give all the people the tools, advice, tips, knowledge, everything you could possibly imagine. But if they aren't willing to accept it for themselves and take that step, you can never change someone. They have to want to change themselves. So overall, it was just a really solid weekend of networking, meeting some awesome people, getting to talk with Andy, seeing David Goggins speak. That man made me run a marathon with no preparation. The dude is literally a robot when it comes down to it. Just like any of his books or anything you guys have ever seen online, he's exactly the same way in person. He talks the same. He holds himself to that standard, and he is a no bullshit guy. He'll tell you straight up as if, it is what it is. Because a lot of people, when they're asking questions, he was just straight, direct to the point, answer the question, and it was just like, yep, that's David Goggins. So basically, overall, my weekend was tremendous. I love going down to First Form, hanging out with my people. I love hanging out with my Arete people. And overall, it was just a phenomenal experience being able to go down there, be around like-minded individuals, because something I struggle with is, I'm not around a lot of entrepreneurs up here in Michigan. The only ones that are really entrepreneurs are my business partners and a couple here and there, maybe the owner of my gym, and that's about it. Everyone else, they kind of just work a 9 to 5. They're just living life, they're enjoying it, doing what they want on their path. But it's really nice that I found my community, my home, my tribe. Everyone, if you don't have a tribe, I suggest you find it. Most people do, but if you're an entrepreneur like myself, just make sure you find the tribe that sticks with you and, they align with your mission, your core values, what you're trying to achieve in life. And that is something I struggled with for the longest time, was really finding my tribe. And after, joining Arete in November, I really did find my tribe, and these are amazing individuals. So if you guys are anything like me, I definitely would recommend Arete to just about anyone that's in the entrepreneurship world, even entrepreneurs that are just, high functioning individuals that want to crush the game and, continue to work on self-development, becoming better, and associating with, winners. Basically, Arete is full of a bunch of winners. Yes, there are some that lack in their fitness and nutrition, but overall, it is a group of winners. And that is what I'm here to accomplish in life. So yeah, it's great to be surrounded by, people that align with you and they want to see you win. Because if you're around people that don't want to see you win, I will tell you again and again, run. Don't spend your time with those people. Do not, because it is going to pull you back no matter what, and it will stop you from achieving anything you want in your life. So going back to your idols, role models, or anyone you put on a pedestal thinking and wishing you could be like them, here's the truth. You can be. These people are no different than you and I. They just put the time, effort, and energy into their crafts and have failed time and time and time and time again and refuse to give up. So don't be afraid to fail in life. Don't allow the fear of failure to hold you back, because that person that you look up to, that you idolize, and you wish you could be like, you can be. I promise you, you can be, because they're just like you and I. They're regular individuals. They just work really hard. And the only time you're ever going to really lose and fail in life is if you quit. Life is a game. And if you play your cards right, everyone's dealt different cards. If you play them right, you can play it out very, very well. You can live a magnificent life and achieve anything you want out of life. Or you can play the victim card and wonder why your life sucks. I definitely recommend you go with option A, because the victim card is going to get you nowhere. Just like all of your role models and mentors, they don't play the victim card. They continue to push forward no matter what was happening to them in their life, how many times they failed. It didn't matter, because they had a vision, they had a goal, they had dreams that they wanted to achieve. And the only way they were going to be able to do that is by continuing to be relentless and trying to make the absolute most out of every opportunity they possibly have. So one thing I want to leave you guys with is, if you don't have a good role model or someone that you really look up to, I recommend you start finding some. Start looking online, start finding things and people that, resonate with you, so you can strive to be like them and you can learn from them, because most of these big name people, they lay it all out exactly. Their life stories, they have biographies, they have autobiographies, they have all these, useful tools and information, so you understand how they got to where they're at today. And you can do the same thing and learn from their mistakes, so you don't have to do it exactly that way. And it'll save you a little bit of stress and time and energy. And you could achieve what they have in a shorter amount of time. And after you study them, you'll really realize, you're not that different from them. They might have even went through even worse hardships than you have. So it's going to make it even easier. So I would also recommend you start and try to become something like that. Not necessarily be like them exactly, but become something like that. Become successful. Become something greater than you are now. And as Andy would say, he says, be that person you wish you had, the role model you wish you had, the father you wish you had, the brother, the husband, the wife. Be that person you wish you had growing up, and really do what you have to do, because you never know, that person that looks up to you, you could be their role model. You could be that example. And it all starts with you, and simply just making that decision that you aren't going to be an average individual. You want to be that leader. You want to be that mentor. You want to be that person that people look up to in their down times and that they strive to be like. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Remember this: there's always a fresh hope for a better you. And it simply starts with you making the decision to become that person that you want to be. I love you guys. Happy Monday. Go get after it. And if there is that one person that you want to be like, go after it. Do it. Don't let anything stop you, because the only thing that's going to truly stop you is yourself. And if you quit. So never give up on anything that you have dreams of, or goals, or ambition to become, because no matter how many times you get knocked down, you can always get back up and continue to try. Love you guys. Have a great Monday, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
I love you.